clandestine business arrangement between a United Kingdom-based gangster and a high-ranking Trinidad and Tobago government official linked to money laundering, arms trafficking and drug smuggling is now under intense scrutiny by local intelligence agencies and the foreign law enforcement authorities. The gangster, originally from Trinidad and Tobago and residing in the United Kingdom for several years, is suspected to be one of the primary financiers of the Seven Gang. He has allegedly used his network of shell companies to evade detection while orchestrating illicit activities across North America, Europe, and the Caribbean for years. Multiple intelligence sources who spoke with TV6 News during this 3-month investigation confirmed that several intelligence reports detailing the gangster's transatlantic illicit activities have been compiled. These reports allegedly outline a complex web of financial transactions, offshore accounts, and coordinated smuggling operations spanning North America, Europe, and the Caribbean. What's even more alarming is his deep involvement in the illegal gun trade. Sources say he has multiple contacts across the United States, the Caribbean, and Europe, helping to move firearms across borders with ease. But what set this entire investigation in motion back in late November was a crucial tip-off from a top-ranking national security source, one that led TV6 to the United Kingdom's company registry. There, a shocking discovery was made. The name of a high-ranking Trinidad and Tobago government official listed as one of 2 directors of a company incorporated on September 15, 2023. The other director of the company who was listed first was the Seven Gang's principal financier. According to law enforcement, this discovery raised several red flags, not just about the nature of the commercial agreement, but also about what exactly the high-ranking government official stood to gain from this private limited company. Intelligence and national security sources question how such a deal could even be plausible. Interestingly, the UK company's registry listed the business as providing quote-unquote other transportation support activities, a vague description that sources say could be a front for something far more sinister. Shareholding in this particular company was equally held by the government official and the gangster. Strangely, 10 months later, on July 17th, the high-ranking government official first ceased to be a person with significant control, and also on the same day terminated his appointment as director of the company, according to these documents. The lone director and shareholder then remained the Seven Gang principal financier. The high-ranking government official's date of birth was recorded as part of the company's information and was cross-referenced with their date of birth for other public records available, confirming it was the same person. In early December of 2024, I sent several questions to the high-ranking government official via WhatsApp and repeatedly over the next 3 months until the end of February of this year, asking primarily, what was the purpose of him signing on as a director of the UK-based company for a 10-month period before resigning? What exactly was the nature of his relationship with the other shareholder, and how long had he known him? What was the purpose of him becoming a director of the company, and did he profit financially in any way from the activities of this company? And if so, did he declare his position as a director in this company to the Integrity Commission in his filing under the Integrity and Public Life Act? The government official was also questioned on whether he had been made aware that the gangman he had entered into business with was being described by local law enforcement authorities as a major financier of the Seven Gang based on information compiled by authorities, and if he felt associating himself with this individual was a good idea. We also put the question directly to the high-ranking government official. Was he aware of intelligence reports and findings from our investigation suggesting that this company, along with others linked to the major Seven Gang financier, appeared to be shell companies? Despite mounting evidence, the official refused to answer, raising even more concerns about his involvement. The high-ranking government official declined to answer any questions regarding the controversial business arrangement and his longtime associate, who has remained under local law enforcement scrutiny for nearly 25 years. A deep dive into filings at the Integrity Commission for 2022-2023 revealed some key details about the high-ranking official. Records show he co-owns a house in central Trinidad with his wife, is a registered member of a political party, and is also affiliated with a particular association. But what's missing is just as telling. Nowhere in those filings is there any declaration of his directorship at the UK company, raising even more questions about transparency and accountability. In the high-ranking government officials signed Declaration of 2023 Form B, handed in September 2024, there was no mention under the heading Directorship of Companies or Corporations of this particular company he had assumed directorship in September 2023. An official at the Integrity Commission explained to TV6 on our second visit there last Friday that while Form A, which is filled out by the declarant, would not be available to the public because of sensitive financial information and their spouses or children, usually if something like a directorship is mentioned in Form A, in most cases the Integrity Commission would meet and would ask the declarant for it to be also included in Form B. The official said it should be referred to in Form B and must be included in the 2023 declaration. This is in an effort to maintain transparency. But the deeper we dug, the more we uncovered. With the collaborative assistance of a European investigative entity, TV6 found that the company the government official had been linked to wasn't the only one under scrutiny. In fact, a clear pattern is emerging. Over the past 32 years, the seven-gang financier has registered at least 7 other companies, most of which have either been dissolved or are now dormant. But 2 remain active, raising even more questions about their true purpose and whether the previous companies were used to facilitate illicit activities before being shut down. We uncovered several anomalies about these companies created by the seven-gang financier. 1. All the companies share a common address in London and 2 suite numbers that are located at an apartment building we found. 2. They also share a common company formation agent. 3. The recent companies seemed to have never filed any real financial statements. They never appeared to actually do business as companies. Most are now inactive and one has yet to file a financial statement. And 4. Doing an advanced search on these companies in the UK company registry revealed most had been dissolved and perhaps indicative of them being shell companies. Several intelligence sources, both locally and abroad, are convinced that these companies were nothing more than fronts for laundering money from illegal activities, potentially funneling funds into offshore accounts. But while authorities continue to pursue these leads, the man at the center of it all, the seven-gang financier, seems to believe he's untouchable, with his network allegedly spanning local law enforcement personnel and other connected businessmen and influential persons. Mark Besant, TV6 News.